Hey Scorpio, welcome to your weekly forecast for February 21st through the 27th. This is going to be for Scorpio Sun, Moon, and Rising. You may stumble upon the video outside of the dates I mentioned. Don't you worry, you found it whenever you were meant to. Take the messages that resonate, leave the ones that don't. Keep in mind, this is a general reading for the Scorpio collective. So we're going to check in here and see what messages we have coming up here for Scorpio Sun, Moon, and Rising. The first card that is coming up here is the King of Cups. This is you and your beautiful water sign energy, Scorpio. This is the energy of the water sign, right? Scorpio is a water sign. So it could be another water sign coming into the situation as well. Pisces or Cancer or another fellow Scorpio. Now, I know a lot of people are used to watching tarot readings for love and romance. And so we put a lot of emphasis on the court cards being somebody in the situation. But if you're new to this channel, in the weekly forecasts, I like to focus on you, and I like to make it about you, less on other people. I do love reading separate. Those are linked in the description of the video. So we're going to look at this about Scorpio energy coming into the King of Cups energy. Now, some of you might be manifesting a spouse or stepping into the role of being the right spouse, or some of you might be manifesting marriage or strengthening an existing marriage, because there is that element to the King of Cups. But in terms of characteristics and personality, the King of Cups is very worldly, very well traveled, can be very generous, but also someone with good boundaries, right? The King of Cups will give, but not to the point of like losing his shirt. There's going to be certain expectations. I always think of the King of Cups as like this parent who's like, okay, fine, I'll let you borrow the car Friday to go out on a date or to go out with your friends, but here's all of the chores around the house that need to be done before then. You need to make sure you wash the car, return it to me clean, make sure there's gas in the tank. You need to get a good grade on the test you have coming up this week, and then you can borrow the car, right? Like there's certain expectations. So Scorpio, you might be looking at your boundaries around your generosity, whether it's your time, whether it's your money, whether it's your resources, whether it's just being a listening ear in a situation. I feel some of you are also being a lot more conservative with giving out advice also. Like I just kind of feel like you're kind of withholding, like you're not in this overly generous mood or energy. You're being a little bit more cautious. You're not giving as freely, and you have certain expectations that are in place, right? Some of you feel like you've been disrespected or taken advantage of, and so you're not really allowing these people to benefit from you as much. Okay? That's the vibe and the feeling I'm getting here in terms of the characteristics or personality. Because of the King of Cups also having the factor of being a well-traveled person, I feel like a lot of you are really, really thirsting to gather information about different cultures, different parts of the world. I heard expat or expatriate, so maybe those of you living in the United States, maybe some of you are really considering life in another country. Maybe you're researching and trying to figure out what the immigration process would be or the requirements are. Some of you maybe are planning to retire in another country, or just in general, you might be looking to travel and to try life elsewhere in a different part of the world. But I do feel this element of like language and cultures and history around different places, and just kind of feeling called to explore the world. For some of you, this is a past life thing. You're being called to certain places where you had significant past lives, and being there is going to be something that is going to be very awakening, very healing. Some of you may be planning or preparing for trips, like you might be doing research this week and putting together a plan on how you're going to save and afford this trip, that later on when you go, it's like you're going to remember your past life in that area, or you're going to have a lot of release that's going to occur because of it. Very interesting energy. The next card coming up here for Scorpio is the Knight of Coins. Okay, so the Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles could be earth sign energy. If you have an earth sign placement, you're balancing the emotions with being grounded, or taking your feelings and taking steps to actually, not even if you have an earth sign placement, even if you don't have an earth sign placement, I feel the Knight of Coins is here, like you're taking your emotions and your desires, and you're materializing them. You're working in the present moment. You're staying grounded, and you're taking steps towards, how can I make this happen? I have this desire in my heart, so now I'm taking steps to work towards that desire, to make it happen, to make it a reality. Knight of Coins also here is going to be slow and steady wins the race. Knight of Pentacles tells us that we're going to succeed as long as we're consistent. As long as we stick to the plan, it's going to work out well for us. There is an element here with the Knight of Coins around I'm feeling a sense of like money matters. Looking at your money, getting smart about your money. I feel some of you are getting some kind of forgiveness. I don't know if there's some kind of program that's like forgiving student debts, or if there's some kind of thing you're doing with a financial advisor that's allowing you to legally write off certain debts, or have them removed, or have them dropped from your credit. I feel like some of you are really looking at your finances, and you're taking steps towards establishing like a good record, a good financial record for yourselves. For some of you, I feel like you're going to be the first person in your family to really kind of master or conquer finances. There's like an element here, almost like breaking out of a generational curse even. Some of you are wanting to learn more about how money works for yourself, but are also feeling driven to help others, to teach others, to educate others. So I feel a sense of like balancing your dreams with financial responsibility, and being like, I don't have to give up either one. I can have fun, I can experience these dreams, I can explore these desires, but I can also do it in a responsible way, right? So I feel like you guys are balancing the dreams with the responsibility and the reality, the desires with practicality. Like Scorpio is balancing these two things and bringing them into harmony. Your next card here is a major arcana card, is the Justice card. Now, if you have a Libra placement, there can be really big changes or shifts happening for you in those houses or in that area of your life. There could be really big changes, a lot of energy moving, opportunities coming in if you have a Libra placement. The Justice card in general, okay, is about balancing the head and the heart. So this is confirming what I felt with the King of Cups and the Knight of Coins. The Justice card is confirming this for us. You're coming into perfect harmony. You're coming into perfect balance, right? Whereas before in the past, we're like, gosh, every time I listen to my heart, I get burned. Every time I listen to my head, I'm absolutely miserable. I can't win, right? But the Justice card energy, the King of Cups coming here together with the Knight of Coins, is telling us you can win. It's when we do both. We listen to our heart, but we let our mind and our logic direct us on how to get there safely, or how to get there in a productive way. You're bringing these two things to work together. They don't have to be at war. Your heart and your mind are not going to be at war anymore. And that's been the biggest challenge a lot of you have had. And you've been thinking that I want to be true to myself, but if I'm going to be true to myself, does that mean that I have to be struggling financially, or I have to live this life of sacrifice, or I just say to heck with my responsibilities and I just go live like a traveling gypsy, you know? Or do I have stability? Do I settle down, or do I live a life of freedom? It's not so black and white. It's not, do I do this or do I do that? You can have both. And you're beginning to see that. You're coming out of a limited way of thinking, and you're beginning to see that. And you're learning how to listen to your heart, but also listen to your mind and how to go about things. The Justice card can also come up. I've seen a lot of the times in my readings where you may be in a situation where you're being pushed to stand up for yourself and to defend your rights. There may be something unethical happening with a living situation or work or something at your school. I'm not somebody who encourages people to run around and like sue people. I'm not about that. And I'm not encouraging people to do that. But sometimes the Justice card comes up because this is a life lesson for you in standing up for yourself and upholding your rights. And so some of you maybe have been considering this, or you've been thinking, gosh, is this legal? Is this ethical? Are they allowed to do that? Like something might not be sitting right with you. So it could be a good idea for you to find a lawyer and get a consultation and say, hey, this is my situation. What are my rights? What are the laws around this? Are they allowed to do that? Is this something that is against the law? Like what can I do here to protect myself or defend myself? So there could be something along those lines. I hate to say this because it sounds so very negative, Scorpio, but Spirit is my boss and I have to obey my boss. And so I'm not allowed to edit things. If I hear something, I have to say it. I'm hearing that something may occur for some of you Scorpios this week that might kind of feel like it's coming out of the blue. Like everything is good, you're happy. There may be something very ancient or very old resurfacing or coming up where somebody is making a scene or coming at you in a way, or just something that you didn't even realize it was still an issue. They're bringing it up, they're upset. And I feel like Spirit is saying that some of you are like, you're kind of on the fence about what to do about it. I feel like some of you are on the fence about what to do about the situation, and I keep hearing get the restraining order, get the restraining order. So this might be something, and maybe for some of you it's just simply like a statement that you're making to the universe that this person's behavior is not acceptable and I'm not going to tolerate it and I'm not going to hold space for it in my life. So for some of you, it's more ceremonial, but it's shifting the energy around you or around the situation or around your boundaries. But it's something that you're being encouraged to do, is to go ahead and get the restraining order. Or somebody is violating a restraining order, you're being told to take whatever legal step you're required to take in that situation, or that is available for you to take in that situation. If there's a report you have to make or something that you have to do, but I'm getting like getting a restraining order, upholding the restraining order for some of you. And as I said, for some of you, this could just be a matter of physical protection, just protecting yourself physically. For other ones of you, it could be more, as I said, ceremonial, or like you're making this a statement, like this is not okay, and I'm not going to allow this energy in my life. The next card that's coming up here for you guys is the Four of Cups. Now, the Four of Cups can be something that we don't like what we're being offered. Sometimes people see it as like we have tunnel vision. But the Four of Cups, especially coming up with these three cards that we have here, to me is the element of what Rumi referred to as divine discontentment. And he wrote about, talking about like that moment when we realize we're a child of God, we're a child of the universe. We start to look around and see what everybody else has. And we're not jealous. It's not like we don't want them to have it. But we may kind of feel like they're no better than us. Like we deserve the same. We deserve just as much as the next person. It's not a jealousy thing. We're not looking around saying, oh, I hate these people. I hate their success. I hate that they get to have this or they get to have that. It's not like that. You just look around and you say, hey, you know what? Like, this is an abundant universe, and I would like my share of this. I deserve it too. So there's like a divine discontentment where we start to raise the bar. We start to set our eyes towards higher things. It doesn't have to be material. You might look around and say, well, this person has a wonderful relationship. I deserve to have that too. This person's very fulfilled in the work that they're doing. They seem to wake up every day and they're happy to start the day and they're happy to do the work that they're doing. I deserve to feel that way too. It doesn't have to be around financial or material things, but you start to realize that you're worthy or deserving of more. Like, you're looking around and you're realizing these are all things that I've manifested, but they're very much bare minimum. And now I'm ready to raise the bar. Now I'm ready for more than bare minimum. I'm ready for the seasoning, the flavor, the spice, right? I'm ready for the whipped cream and the cherry on top of the sundae. I'm ready for that little bit of extra. And so some of you are maybe kind of revisiting your meditations, your affirmation journals, your manifestation vision boards. Some of you are kind of tweaking those things and changing them up, or just kind of doing a lot of writing or self-reflection and kind of going inward. I feel like some of you are beginning to do some kind of art, like painting or drawing or collage making, that's actually going to be a form of channeling for you. Like there's messages coming out through the artwork, but you're also seeing messages for yourself in it. I feel like there's something here that some of you are going to be getting into, that's going to be very healing, and really helping clearing your mind and helping you with your manifesting, like calling things into existence, calling things into the material world. You may want to check out your moon sign and your rising sign videos. Some weeks those might resonate more for you than your sun sign, or it might just add a little extra information that could be helpful about those areas of your life. Love and romance readings for February are linked in the description. I'll have March up soon. And don't forget to check out the card of the day, which we're going to start incorporating here. It'll be a card each day for those of you who would like just a little daily message or a quick little, connecting every day with a daily message. So private readings can be scheduled at calendly.com/amethystangelite. There's a link in the description for that. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. Have a wonderful week, my dears. Take care.